professional football player when he was paid $500 by the Allegheny Athletic Association for a game versus the Pittsburgh Athletic Club. Throughout the early 1900s, professional football was played by a hardy bunch of rough and tumble athletes in small cities and towns throughout the Midwest and Northeast. In 1920, looking to add organization to chaos, Canton Bulldogs owner Ralph Hay, Chicago Bears founder George Halas, and representatives of 8 other teams gathered in Canton, Ohio, and formed the American Professional Football Association, a league that 2 years later would change its name and become the National Football League. While teams like Halas's Bears and Curly Lambeau's Green Bay Packers have endured the test of time, others weren't so lucky. In the league's first decade of existence, 35 teams folded. Teams like the Columbus Panhandles, Dayton Triangles, Hammond Pros, Pottsville Maroons, and Muncie Flyers fell by the wayside. Formed in 1923, the Duluth Eskimos changed their name to the Ernie Nevers Eskimos after signing the Stanford running back before the 1926 season. Sadly, the Eskimos lasted just 2 more seasons before folding in 1927 after winning just 1 game. In 1922 and 23, Jim Thorpe coached and played for the Oorang Indians, a traveling team of Native American players. But after a combined 4-16 record, the curious team folded. Admitted to the league in 1924, the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets won the NFL title just 2 years later. But a fire at their home stadium caused attendance woes and forced the team to suspend operations midway through the 1931 season. The Providence Steamroller joined the league in 1925, won the championship in 1928, and folded in 1931. The Steamroller hold the dubious distinction of being the last team no longer a member of the NFL to win the league title. These are just some of the stories of the early days of professional football. But on the shoulders of these NFL pioneers stands the foundation of the game that we know today.
We only had 18 players. They played both ways, 60 minutes, and they loved the game. That's what made the great game
both ways.
that it is today.
We can do that, right, Joe? Yeah. We can go both ways. Yeah.
Position in more ways than one. With pinpoint passing and amazing range, Moon was the heart of a Houston team that was one to reckon with for nearly a decade. Even at the age of 40, Moon was still among the NFL's best. Warren Moon erased the myth that African Americans couldn't play quarterback, making believers of us all.
Earl Campbell was a rare combination of speed, power, and determination. Like a wrecking ball, Campbell proved what an irresistible force can do to an immovable object. Campbell won 3 consecutive rushing titles and became only the 4th person officially designated as a Texas legend.
Give me 18 inches of daylight. That's all I need.
The dynamic Gale Sayers was the NFL's equivalent of a shooting star. Bursting onto the scene in 1965, he won Rookie of the Year honors and tied the NFL's record for most touchdowns in a game with 6. Whether running off tackle, returning kicks, or catching a pass, he was a threat to go all the way every time he touched the ball. Sayers' career only lasted 68 games, but to many, he was the most picture-perfect running back of all time.
When Bob Hayes joined the Cowboys in 1965, he brought with him 2 Olympic gold medals and the title of World's Fastest Man.
Straight out for Hayes. Bobby's back. Touchdown. Bob Hayes.
Hayes proved to be more than a track star, making an immediate impact on the NFL. His 46 receptions for over 1,000 yards led the Cowboys in his rookie season. Over 11 seasons, Hayes amassed 7,414 receiving yards and a Cowboy record 71 receiving touchdowns. Hayes was named first or second team All-NFL 4 times in his career. When Emmitt Smith became the NFL's all-time leading rusher, it capped what is arguably the best career of any running back in NFL history.
The torch is passed. Long live the king.
The Cowboys legend finished his career with more rushing yards, 1,000-yard seasons, and rushing touchdowns than any player before him. Smith won 3 Super Bowl rings, was named first-team All-Pro 4 times, and is a member of the NFL's All-Decade Team of the 1990s.
Hey, baby. We're going to be here all day. We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party.
With his booming voice, piercing glare, and imposing physique, Mike Singletary personified intimidation. Number 50 fueled opponents' fears with his quickness and brute strength. Accompanying these gifts was a leader's passion.
Hey, listen up. If it's flop over there, Sterling Sharp is on the inside guy. You got to be on it.
Singletary helped elevate the Bears to Super Bowl success and restore the franchise to greatness. The Pittsburgh Steelers' all-time leader in receptions and receiving touchdowns, John Stallworth turned pass patterns into art.
This kid was talent. I can name you hundreds of John Stallworth catches. He made dramatic catches. He was great catches, one-handed catches. He was incredible.
Number 82's game-winning touchdown in Super Bowl 14 proved he was incredible indeed. A Super Bowl hero and Hall of Famer.
He retired, no player in NFL history caught more balls for more yards or more total touchdowns than Jerry Rice.
He's done it. The touchdown scorer of the century.
The 49er legend is a 3-time Super Bowl champion, 13-time Pro Bowl selection, 11-time first-team All-Pro, and a member of the NFL's All-Decade Team for the 80s and 90s.
The end zone is a touchdown, San Francisco. Jerry Rice. And he stands alone at the pinnacle of National Football League history.
Fitzgerald's hand-eye coordination, we're going to do something we've never done before. We're going to see if Larry can catch passes while hanging upside down.
All right, I got it. You can be in crazy positions trying to catch the football. You can be diving. You can be reaching backwards. The degrees of difficulty are through the roof.
Our eye-tracking technology will let us see everything Larry sees when he's upside down.
Being upside down, catching football is different than anything I've ever done before. Everything is in reverse. The trajectory of the ball is different. Hope I never have to do it in a game.
Muscle memory is based on repeated motions under predictable circumstances. And since Larry has never caught a ball with inverted vision, his muscle memory is essentially eliminated. Nice! This puts greater emphasis on Larry's raw hand-eye coordination to make the catch. And amazingly, in this test, Larry has about 0.4 of a second to react to the ball and make the catch. The same amount of time a batter has to hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. And incredibly, even without the aid of muscle memory, Larry catches a perfect 10 for 10 upside down. That's like a right-handed Major League batter hitting just as effectively from the other side of the plate. But how does Larry's ability to react help him get separation from a defender? To find out, we'll test how fast he can get off the line. And of all the athletes we've ever tested, of all the receivers, running backs, and defensive backs, the average time off the line is nearly 0.32 seconds. Larry's fastest reaction time, an incredible 0.16 seconds. That means he's twice as fast as the average reaction time we've tested. On a fly pattern, this translates to almost a full yard of separation. For ESPN Sports Science, I'm John Brinkus.